Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Booga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. So glad you all tuned in. This is my favorite hour of the week. I believe it's yours too, isn't it, darling?
Sure, we'll go.
Hey, everybody. I wanted to talk about this particular card. If you guys remember from last week, there was a question about somebody talking bad, and it sort of sounded like it was somebody on this chat. Well, it wasn't. It wasn't. But this particular card, which is from the Pamela Coleman Smith deck, figured prominently, and I call this particular card misguidance, because this card is about how we respond to overheard conversations. And it's a bit of a cautionary tale. It's actually a scene from All's Well That Ends Well. But nobody here was unpleasant at all, so we're all good. And we did talk about it, but I just wanted to point out this card right here. It's how we respond to overheard conversations. And it's a bit of a cautionary tale, I think. So I hope everybody's had a good week. I've been off all week, and I have just been taking it easy. Except for this weekend, I did a lot of packing. Okay, is everybody here? Oh,
I'm obviously still setting up.
oh, okay. So,
Remember, we had to reset up the entire studio.
yes, and that was my fault. I was packing, and I have something like 6 boxes of buttons. That's an awful lot of buttons, but I have plans for them. Anyhow,
our first question comes from Patricia.
Hi,
who
Patricia.
Wants an update of when she's moving out of the shelter.
Okay, Patricia. Now you got to be careful, because sometimes getting a reading all the time and asking the same question every week is a bit like walking forward looking at your shoes. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to just kind of do a northeast southwest as far as your situation in general. Okay. I have a feeling that sometimes when you keep running into the same brick wall, you have to back off and take a little bit of a left or a right turn, okay? So let's see what Patricia's northeast southwest is for this week. We have north, east, south, and west. And oh, Patricia, you're actually you're actually in a real happening place. When I look at the Ten of Wands, as far as the energies that are coming in, it looks like a burden is being released on you, for you. Sorry. Although I'm sure you feel like it's on you. Okay. Good. They're giving me a 10. And I think that we might be looking at 10 weeks. I'm going to be conservative about it and say 10 weeks, which does put us into summer. And that goes right along with the fire here. Although the Ace of Wands is more of a June-ish card. And when I look at the base of things, it's talking about the money angle, and it's kind of saying that you need to start saving up a bit. But when I look at the path ahead, and in the not too distant future, you do have the Wheel of Fortune. So keep putting one foot in front of the other. This is a good new beginning for you, even though you're slogged in a bad curve of the road, if you will. It does look like the Wheel of Fortune turns in your favor. Okay. So who's next, darling?
The High Priestess would like a love reading.
Ooh, love. Okay. Love for the High Priestess. Okay. And while I have everybody's attention, I just want everybody to send positive energies to our friend Trevor. Now, I know that he was having a few difficulties, and they took him to the hospital. And that was as of when we come on the show. So I'm not sure if there's an update or not, but I do know that he could use some positive energies. So let's all send positive energies to Trevor. Okay, and that's our friend Trevor from Haunting Live podcast. Okay, so High Priestess and love. Love for the High Priestess. Okay. One of the things I'm getting just right off the hop for you is always remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Okay, so you are in a good space right now, and there is somebody that you've already met here, because King of Coins shows up right in your life, and it says at your grounding, you have the world. So I think you're probably feeling pretty free right now and feeling like there's a lot of opportunity, and this card backs you up on that. The Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Wands can be a bit of a cautionary about taking on too much too fast. Okay, so don't bite off more than you can chew in the area of love. You know, it's a new world for you. And even though there is somebody around you, there's this idea of take it slow right now. Yeah, yeah. Take it slow. Don't commit to the first guy that comes along. Because the thing with getting the attention of one guy, you usually have the attention of two or three while you go, because there's two distinctly different males in your life, and that warning of don't get tied down too fast. So play the field right now.
All right. Well, that was a reading for the High Priestess. Next, we have Sonia, who wants to know
Hi,
about
Sonia.
finances for the month.
Okay.
Grace, please ask a question. Marianne, please ask a question. We are limiting the general readings because we are getting too many people.
And I'd take too long on them. Okay, so
That's right. That's the real main reason.
okay, so well, we have to be honest here, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so we're reading for Grace, right?
No, Sonia.
Sonia, yes,
Money,
Sonia.
money.
Money, money, money. Money, money, money. Okay. So let's see. Money for Sonia. It looks like it's 3 steps forward and 1 step back with you and money through the month of May. And I say that because around you there seems to be somebody, and I'm pretty sure this is where you work, so it shows that you are carrying somebody else's load here, because you've got the failed leader right at the top in the area of money. So you're already taking on responsibility that exceeds your paycheck. It does say that there has been some opportunities put in front of you that maybe you should grab hold of, and be willing to do a little bit of travel if you want to increase your income right now. Okay, so that is Sonia and money.
All right. Next, we have Lucid Dreams wants to know how Leo feels about them.
Ooh, Lucid Dreams and Leo. And if anybody would like a reading with your queen in person, I frequently appear at the spa near the tracks. Lovely place. And to set up an appointment with me, just give us a call at 519-272-1293. And oh boy, I hope I got that right. Did I?
Yeah,
All right.
You got it right. You got it right. And folks, head over to the like button and hit it.
Okay, so Lucid Dreams and Lucid Dreams Leo. Okay, so,
There's a freaking.
okay, so when I look at this, and it's a page of swords. So there are messages. So I guess we might be looking at electronic messages. So I just think that you're talking online. I'm a little worried about the relationship being unbalanced. Let's see. Yeah, there's too much waiting. Maybe he's shy, or maybe you guys just, for some reason, you just don't seem to mesh sexually wise. Okay, so you did ask about your Leo. I do think that I do think that this relationship may be a little bit unbalanced in that one person gives more than the other. So there's that. It does seem like you're a little bit lower on the priority list, I'd like to see. The Leo likes to spend time around you, and there's all the fun, love, passion stuff. But it just feels like the pursuit, work and business seem to take a front seat here. And he's pretty strict. He's pretty firm that you just have to understand that work comes first with him. So that's he feels passionately enough for you, but he'll always put work first. So that's up to you to decide whether that's something that you can live with.
Speaking of living with, Bubbles wants to know maybe about a possible future relationship with Jay.
Ooh. Okay. Bubbles and Jay.
Yay, it worked.
I'm in a better mood than I have been for the past couple of weeks. This is the first time in 3 weeks that I haven't had a headache. They
That I didn't cause.
No, it's from the blood pressure medicine that they have me on, and it took a while, but for a while there, it was just giving me a headache every day. But the headaches finally stopped, and my blood pressure's nice and low. Okay, so we're looking at who Bubbles and Jay. Bubbles and
Yep.
Jay. Bubbles and Jay. Okay.
BJ.
What?
B and J.
Right. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not. I should. Guys, should I say it? Should I say it?
You know their friends are gonna go, hey, here come BJ.
Okay, so looks like you're both going through a bit of healing. Seems to me like Jay is coming off of a bad breakup, either him or you, but I think it's him, because the cards are saying, well, be a little bit careful that you're not just the rebound guy here. As far as how he actually feels, the High Priestess shows up, and she shows up favorably aspected, and she's basically saying, you know exactly how he feels about you. And she's just assuring you that your feelings are accurate there. I think that he has been hurt, and it's going to take him a while to move forward. But the one good thing about him is he's loyal. Once he's committed, once he decides that he wants to be there, he's in it 100%. But you will wait a while for him. I think you're looking about 5 months. Which isn't the worst.
5 months?
Not bad.
Well, that's halfway to having a kid. I mean, we've been watching a lot of Family Feud.
Yes, yes.
Amy Mia wants to know about a car. Is she going to buy one or lease one?
Okay. Amy Mia and transportation. Okay, so let's just see what the cards have to say about Amy Mia and transportation. Ooh, it looks sooner rather than later. It's kind of like you've got the lovers reverse. So the idea of you and transportation is already a little bit turned upside down. So you're already starting to have car trouble. And if you haven't already started having it, you're about ready to start having it. And even as you come into here, you've got the Nine of Swords reversed. And the Nine of Swords reverse can be even right side up. It's a little bit nasty, but upside down, as you're coming here, there's this idea that it's just the car that you got right now doesn't really want to work. And when I look at the Hanged Man, there's this idea that you might be careful not to pay too much. So you want to know about ownership or leasing. And I always considered leasing kind of a little bit of a waste of money. Ooh, okay. So, you're I think you're looking at ownership, just because the magician is somebody who has a handle on everything. He's one that manifests stuff. It looks like within a cycle of one. So I'm pretty sure that we're looking before June that you will find the deal that you're looking for. But it does say that your vehicle's ready to retire, and the Hanged Man is saying don't just throw your money down a pit.
That's right. Drive it down a cliff instead.
Do the old Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, but just get out of the vehicle first. Unless, of course, you're being chased by 800 FBI agents, then take your chance in the car. Next, we have Divine Oracle readings.
Oh, hi. How is everything?
He wants to know if he's up for a manager promotion.
Ooh. So how's our friend? How's Trevor? Oracle reading. We're looking at management material.
He's not in the hospital.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. Oh, I think you're getting a solid yes there. It does say yes. I think it's more of a title than it is a lot of money, a lot more money. And you've got Seven of Swords in the emotional area. And there's just this idea that don't let yourself get too caught up in other people's jealousy, and don't, higher up the pyramid you are, the thicker your skin has to be. So, yeah. Yes, I do see that coming through for you.
Well, folks, how about you head on over to the old subscribe button and hit that.
Give us a like while you're at it, too. We always like a thumbs up.
And if you don't hit that notification bell, you don't know when we're going to go live. Kelly Saunders wants to know, what influence did the step monster have on the will? Oh, I didn't set up the soundboard. Oh, swell.
Well, that's a one card answer, and so I pulled out the gypsy cards. The step monster. Which character will the step monster be? Okay. Cut it. Ooh. And she is anger. She did not things did not exactly go her way. But if you think she was trying to, when I look at this, I just get a feeling of somebody being kicked out or chased out of something. And I think that's what she wanted to do. I don't think she's been totally successful with it, but that's what she wanted to do. She kind of wanted to get what wasn't hers. Right there. Shows up as anger. So I hope that answered your question.
Shows up as anger.
Yes.
They're calling her step monster.
Yes. Well, but she asked for the role, and the role she played was pushing everybody aside, kind of
She
thing.
could just be hangry.
She could be. She could be. Give her a Snickers bar and see if that helps.
If that doesn't work, try Bottle of True Blood. Isla 90, how does Vince feel about me?
Ooh, what a good question. And I'm pulling a different deck of cards here. Still a tarot deck, but this is the Pamela Coleman Smith deck. The card that I pulled out right at the beginning was from this deck. Okay, so how does who feel about her?
Vince.
Ooh. What a macho name. Okay. And so... Well, I think that Vince finds you very appealing. Yes, he certainly would like to go for a drive with you. Oh, yeah. This guy seems to like you just fine, and he wants to go out with you. So maybe you should flirt with him a little harder.
Shave them legs.
Or just wear jeans.
Yeah. Because them sexy. All right, I'm looking for the next question here.
All right.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. All right. Suzanne wants to know about her meeting.
Okay. Suzanne's meeting.
And it's going to happen May 3rd.
Oh, that's Tuesday.
No, it's not. It's going to happen on Wednesday.
He's actually pretty good with stuff like that. That's what I want. I wanted to wish everybody a happy May Day.
Oh, yeah.
It is May Day, Beltane.
Yep, that's right. See if you can make it up that greased pole.
Okay, so what was the question right away?
Or down that grease pole, depending on which way you're going to go here.
So this is Tuesday's meeting.
Yep. Wednesday's meeting.
Okay.
He thinks it's Tuesday.
Oh. Well, you're stressing way too much about this. The cards say you got this. Quit stressing. It'll put circles under your eyes. And, just quit stressing. Relax. Get some sleep. Ooh. Oh, really? That's interesting. Okay, so it looks like wound up in this meeting is an opportunity for you. And I know that you're worried. It seems like there's somebody here. The King of Swords shows up ill aspected. And I get a feeling that that's somebody specific. And sometimes when somebody fails to do their job, it becomes an opportunity for somebody else. And I think this is the case here, that this meeting actually turns into an opportunity for you. And it's not you that's in trouble not doing your job, it's somebody else. Okay. So there you go. Don't worry about it. Get some sleep.
Hey, all right. Sleep is good. Take care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. You know,
Have a nap.
consider that sunrise challenge,
Yes.
whether that's going to upset your sleep schedule to a point where it's going to be detrimental, not beneficial.
So, speaking of sunrise, you know what I like about sunrise? The morning chorus. And the opening for this week's show had the morning chorus, didn't it? Oh, the opening for I was asking you actually.
Yes.
Yes. So I know we had the morning chorus, and I also believe that there were some shots of Shakespeare Gardens.
Yep.
Yes, and so the producer went down to Shakespeare Gardens and took some lovely shots. Shakespeare Gardens is not too far, and it's a very special attraction here in Stratford. All the flowers in Shakespeare Gardens are flowers that are mentioned in Shakespearean plays. It's a beautiful garden, lovely path, big garden.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you need a big garden for all the tourists and the local tourists. A lot of locals that go to those gardens too. You go in the back to that gazebo there, you have a nice little picnic in the shade. It's great.
Oh yeah, that's a popular wedding destination.
Really.
Yeah, and for photograph.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Speaking of popular, let's put out those crystal therapy cards.
All right,
It's time for pick a card already.
it's time. Oh wow, time
Well,
flies.
it's not quite 9:30 yet, but I figured we'd get them in there while we can.
Sure. Okay, so
Pick a card. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
And that will be your card for the week.
Yes. So it's like everybody gets a little bit of a general reading. Did you pick card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? If you pick card number 1, your crystal for the week is Kyasolite, healing wounds. And this is this stone has like it has like a cross in it. So it talks about being balanced, like I do my reading in the northeast, southwest. So on all levels and all elements, with this, it talks about being balanced. And even though it says healing wounds, I think that your challenge, if you've picked this card, your challenge this week is to be balanced and pay attention to everything, not just love, money, family, and the outside world. Okay. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then your crystal for this week is black tourmaline. And I know in the picture it looks gold, but it's actually black. And it does say protect. And black tourmaline is definitely very protective. It talks about negative energies. And if you pick the black tourmaline, this is a week for you to be on guard and have your protection up against negative energies. Don't listen to gossip, don't spread gossip, and certainly don't let others manipulate you with half-truths this week. Be on your guard. Did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, then your crystal for this week is turquoise. And turquoise says believe. There's sort of a spiritual energy to turquoise. I find it very a very intuitive stone. It increases your psychic ability. And this week, if you pick turquoise, this is a week for you to have faith in what your instincts are telling you. So pay attention to your intuition this week.
Excellent. Well, good. Folks, if you'd like a reading from Sally in person, give the Spa Near Tracks a call at 519-272-1293. You can sit down in a beautiful room in the spa. It's all nice, pristine, and clean and clinical. And it's a beautiful environment to get a reading. And if you want to make a day of it, get a spa treatment while you're there.
You can get a manicure, pedicure. I believe they do the lash extensions. I know they do. They do.
You know what? You guys can call them and figure that out for yourselves. There you go. And if you want to send Sally an email, it's queenofboogabooga@gmail.com. If you can't get your question answered tonight, send us that email and we'll get to you first thing next Sunday. All righty. So who is next here? Sonia.
Hi, Sonia.
Sonia, is it true that the shelter I'm in got sold? Remember, folks, to finish your questions with a question mark. Also, we've got rid of the general reading questions so we can get everybody read.
Okay, so shelter where you work, has it been sold? Oh my goodness, there's so much buying and selling going on this year.
You can pull those down a bit.
Sure. I don't think it's cast in stone yet. When I look at between Temperance and the Sun, I get a feeling that an offer has been made. Somebody had, it's not in balance, it's not in focus yet, but there's somebody who's talking about, it looks like it's something coming up over the summer. And I know that a lot of people are worried about the future if that happens. But when I look at where you're going from here, you have the tower reversed. So it looks like there is a potential for sale, but it will fall through. So yes
you're not,
and no.
So you're not getting kicked out of the shelter yet.
They may need to sell it.
Yep. All right. Stardust C, a new newbie here. Welcome, Stardust.
What a romantic name.
Indeed. Will I ever meet my spiritual teacher, Bob, in person?
It feels like one of those things where it's almost like you don't want to break the mystery of it. Like if you haven't met somebody yet, they can be anything or anyone. So let's see. Will I meet Bob? Yes. So you have the devil, but it's the devil reverse. And the devil reverse usually talks about finding release from a confining situation, sometimes an abusive situation. So there's that. But the question was about you meeting your spiritual teacher. So I'll back that up a little bit and say that it feels like whatever constraints were on him have been released. So he's going to be a lot freer to meet with you. Okay, so still that idea of a little bit as you come here, a little bit out of balance. I know that the first impression I got was he's kind of dragging his feet because of the mystery. If you haven't met somebody in person, there's a certain air of mystery that he's not ready to let go of yet. Yeah, I think that he's kind of putting off and giving you a lot of excuses as far as meeting him And the cards are saying, don't take that personally. He has some self-image issues. Then you have the Five of Wands. What's of Wands? Okay, so yeah, you did give me a win, and when I look at this, I really think that we're looking into July, and you're going to have to kind of push him. You're going to have to kind of push him because, like I said, he has few self-image things going there, and that idea of not wanting to break the spell of of distance and expectation. Okay, so he might be a little shorter or a little less than what you anticipated. But as long as if you keep pushing it, you can get to meet him in July, and you wanted to know when.
All righty. Well, there you go, Stardust C. I hope that was of help to you. Grace wants to know what her focus should be in May.
Okay, so Grace, good question. Grace's focus in May. Whew, okay, so the cards are so funny. Your focus in May should be June, and that sounds like a funny question, and I laughed at first, but it makes sense because sometimes you have to plan ahead a little bit to set yourself up for success. And it tells me that in May, you should set yourself up for success in June. And there's this reminder in the Six of Wands is that in order to be a success, you have to have a support group around you. You have to have somebody to cheer you on, somebody who's actually happy for you to succeed. So May is a good month for you to make your connections, for you to build your network, build and strengthen your network, and set yourself up for success in June.
Okay, and next we have Howard.
Hi, Howard.
Howard wants to know about his living accommodations.
Okay. So, and I'm sticking with these cards. Howard's living. You're still kind of dealing with some emotional issues here. See, that's because it starts out with a King of Cups reversed. So there's that. But it also says as you're coming into the spring, summer of this year, you've got a new beginning. So looking for a new place to live looks like it's a good thing for you to do. That's interesting because the Page of Wands reversed, it says to me like strike the match. So it looks like the opportunity is in front of you, but you're dragging your feet a little bit. So there's that. And okay, so there is opportunity in front of you. You are dragging your feet, but this month you have 2 offers coming in, 2 different places where you can move, 2 opportunities. And it says all you need to do is know yourself a little bit better. I think they both, the expenses are in 2 different ways because it feels like one is more expensive on the front of it, but it's closer to everything. And the other one is cheaper, maybe a little bit bigger, but there's a lot of travel involved. Because what the cards are saying is that even though they're different, in the end, they end up having the same impact on your life. So pick which, you'll have a choice of 2, pick whichever one appeals to you.
Alexa, announce Yippee!
Oh,
That didn't quite work all that well.
poor Alexa.
Oh, I know. Donnell. Donnell's looking to get intimate with their friend Dee. Is that a good idea or not?
Well, that's why they invented condoms, right? Okay.
I'm not quite
Donnell
thinking
and
that's
Dee.
what she's concerned over. What they're concerned. There we go. That tongue went for Dave.
Janelle and D. Janelle and D. Get some heat going there. Ooh, it looks like you guys have spent a lot of time in the friend zone. Friend zone is good. You know, when you go from the friend zone into the lover zone, it does get a little bit weird. And it does feel like you're trying to make that transition. Oh, yeah. Somebody's confessed their feelings here. Yeah, yeah. It's not for lack of passion. It's not for lack of desire. But there's this idea of kind of wait. And I think it's just because it's kind of weird. So this has got to be something where you've gone from friend zone to lover. So it's a little like, you know, like if we get intimate and we don't like it, then that ruins our friendship. In Aleister Crowley's deck, this particular card is called Lust. So, yeah, I do see intimacy coming here. And the idea is that the first time might not be as good as you expected. So always remember that you guys are friends. Work through it. Sometimes the first time is awkward, even if it's somebody that you've known for a long time.
Well, what do you know? Glenifa.
Hi, Glenifa.
She wants to know if she's going to have a great time on vacation. Like she has no choice over it.
Glenifa's vacation. I'm going to pull out the runes. Just for you, Glenifa. Okay, Glenifa's vacation. Should pull out a few runes. See what the runes have to say about it. Now I can get my just a little handful right there. Glenifa's vacation. All right, so yes, it's just what the doctor ordered. You definitely need a vacation. And this card right here, Jera, says you worked hard for that. Yes, yeah, you have kin and you have ancestors here. So this is about family, you know, and basically intergenerational. So we're talking about. I'm assuming that you might be seeing a lot of family on the trip because it just feels like there's this air of family, and there's also this air of getting in touch with your ancestors. So there's a spiritual aspect to the vacation. And, you know, we do spend a lot of money on vacation. Sometimes we spend more than we want. And it's kind of a set aside issue where it's saying once you get done with vacation, you are going to have to kind of beef up your savings account. There's that plan for the needs of the future. But like I said, it's just what the doctor ordered. Yes, you are going to have a good time. You're going to spend too much money, but you're going to get what you need. You're going to get the rest and relaxation you need on vacation. So, yes, you're going to have a good time.
Good time to be had by all.
Mm.
Take those condoms with you.
Yes. Always.
Wave Killer wants to know whether they're being scammed currently.
Ooh.
Well, not by us, because these are free.
Okay, wave killer. So I'm just going to pull out Pamela. Ooh. No. I'm going to pull out the gypsy cards.
Yeah.
Okay. One gypsy card, because the question was just, are we being scammed? So who are you dealing with, wave killer? All right. Right here. And got the message coming through. So you've got news coming that confirms whatever your feelings are here. And it's not giving me a yes or a no. It's just saying that whatever evidence you need is coming through. So I got a feeling that the answer to your question is yes, because there's that bell going ding 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 ding. Just a few quick cards just to make sure. I mean, that's a big thing. Getting scammed. Okay, so saying 3 cards. So 3 cards it is. Yeah, there's this idea of getting big promises here. You know, you got King of Coins. He's holding up like, I've done this, you can too. And this the divider the tool that he's holding up is drawing my eye, but it's kind of like that idea of a distraction where you're being made to look at one thing while you're committing to another. And the promises seem pretty big here, but then the upshot of it is that, you know, you get what you pay, you get what you work for. You know, there are no free lunches here. So I think you're right. If it's too good to be true, usually it is.
That's right. And also, there's no such thing as a once-in-a-lifetime sale.
Sure.
Unless, of course, it's like limited edition. Like, there's only one available, obviously. That will never be on sale.
Yeah, but just FYI, if it says limited edition or collector on it, it isn't.
And if the stores say it's exclusive, that means they bought the brand. Okay. Or they had a model made specifically for them. Don't want those.
Okay, so who's next?
What do you think?
Did I answer everybody's questions?
You did, so you got 10 minutes to do.
I do.
Do a current event thing if you wanted to.
Yes, and if you want, you know, I'm going to look at the 2022. I'm going to look at the midterm elections because I want to look at those anyway. And I've already looked at Ukraine. You can see the videos there. But if there's something else you want me to look at, put something down in the comments right now. Okay? So while I'm reading on the midterms. Okay, so let's take a look-see at the 2022 midterms. Okay, that's going to guaranteed to be a big circus. So let's see how big that of a circus that's going to be. Okay, so going into the midterms, yeah, so you've got the 3 of Cups, so that's kind of a celebration. But on the other side, you've got the Tower. The Tower is, you know, it represents the insurrection basically. So the insurrection is going to play a bigger and a bigger role. Which, by the way, I did hear that they're going to start the public trials on it in June, and usually the midterms heat up June, July. And no matter how much they're hanging crepes for the Democrats, it's showing the Democrats kind of putting up their cups and celebrating. Okay, so you've got a lot of negative feelings there. You've got a lot of you've got the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is always overkill, but when it's reversed, it's even more. So I think that all these negative messages, they're kind of getting the populace is kind of getting numb to the doom and gloom. So all these um, political commercials where you've got the guy in the low tone giving all these ominous things, it's just not going to work this time around. They've used it. They've pushed that nerve too many times. There's this idea of general confusion. So whatever the polls are, they're wrong. Whatever the general consensus is, it's all wrong. There's this idea of it being really confusing as far as what the mandate is and what the people want, because people don't really know what they want at this point. So, I don't think there's going to be a lot of change. I think for every Republican seat lost, a Democratic seat will be lost. It's just like every seat you lose, you'll pick up one. So at the end of it, after all the money spent, all the debates and everything, the count is still going to be the same. It's which state is represented by which party will change, but overall, the Democrats still have the same amount of power. The Republicans still have the same amount of power. Although both see it as an opportunity to put themselves out there as something different. Of course, the Democrats are no better than the Republicans because they have this whole thing with the January 6th, the insurrection, where they're going to make sure that the limelight's on that during the height of the election. Yeah, right there. So I think that the Democrats could probably have done better, but I guess no change is good. Well, look at the King of Swords reverse. I really see that as Joe Biden. And I think issues of his health are going to come up, and maybe at the tail end of the election. So I think toward the end of this year, he's not going to be looking so good health-wise. There's going to be a concern as to whether he can make it through another term. Okay, so got that the end result is a page of coins. So basically, all's well that ends well. It doesn't really change anything, but it still gives the Democrats the control over the Senate, the control over the purse strings, the control over all three houses. So for all the mess, for all the everything that they go through, it's not really going to change much. Okay. So is there anything else that they want me to look at?
Yes, Kelly wants to know about the Ontario elections.
Ooh.
Those are happening in the next few months. I don't know the exact date off the top of my head. I know I had one of them canvassing at my door today. A man in red was told to go away.
Okay, so the elections. That's interesting. Okay, so it looks like there's going to be a lot of talk about healing and reconciliation. So that makes me wonder, because you remember that the NDP and the Libs kind of did a handshake. Well, we're going to be friends now, and I think that that agreed friendship might play a part in the elections. And of course, a little bit about how the money's stacked. Okay, so.
This is a reading on the Ontario elections.
This is. It looks like the partnership between the NDP and the Liberals, it's fragile at best, And I don't think it's going to work out as well for either party as they thought it would. They just don't trust each other enough. Education seems to be a big topic of the elections. Broken promises, of course. Yeah, there's this idea of broken promises, so that would be on the liberals, but also you said Ontario specifically, so that's not the liberals, that's the conservatives. That's Doug Ford. Where were you? You broke your promises. So there's that's the general feeling that he wasn't there for Ontario when he needed to be there, or that's the message that's being put forth. Yeah. Yeah, you've got the devil reversed. This is in this is in the near past. You know, oh yeah, that's right. This is about housing, not just education, but housing too. It really feels like everything they've done with the housing, with the pandemic, this message of being too little, too late, too little, too late. This might not turn out so well for the. Yeah, the high priestess. So yeah, a lot of things that have been ignored are just going to be put a light on. So we've got secrets coming out there. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go so well for Doug Ford. Yeah, because his secrets are coming out, and I don't think that everything said about him is necessarily fair, but it is devastating. I think that it might come out that he's had an affair or something like that, because the morals thing comes out. The morals, and the legality of some of the things he's done, because you have the devil reversed and justice reversed, and they're mirroring each other. So I don't think that the things that are going to come out are flattering to Doug Ford or fair to him. So whoever his biggest opponent is who's going to win. Is that a woman?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Who?
Who's running against Doug Ford in the Ontario election?
Andrea Howard?
Yeah.
I probably butchered that last name.
It shows you how much I watch it.
I know it wasn't Hogwarts.
Oh, okay. But I like that name. It just looks like it's going to be some pretty nasty politics. And I just don't like the dirt that's dug up on Ford to make him lose. You know, I think that she could have gotten in on a better foot. So it gets a little nasty, and she wins.
Gets a little nasty. The stuff that went down under his administration is crazy.
Yeah, well, it's all coming down on his head. He shows up as failed leader. He's not going to get what he wants. This idea, when I look at this, it's just that question: is where were you? Where were you? Where were you? That idea that
you cannot get any more egregious than people killing themselves because they cannot find housing that they can afford and that meets
true.
their required
and
needs.
Where were you? Where were you? So
that gotta be the absolute high watermark on that.
Yes,
and we've reached it.
Yes, I just worry about there's a lot of hope on her, and I'm just not sure whether she can live up to the hope that's put on her.
We got to give them a shot.
Yes.
The Liberal Party in Ontario is decimated to the point where they don't have official party status the last time I checked.
Oh, gee. Yeah, that happened a few years back.
Yeah, and Catherine Wynn's legacy is still in a bad taste in everybody's mouth. And, so
So just
It's time to go for the devil you don't know.
and everybody seems to be everybody seems to be pretty optimistic about it. So, it's being the problem with being the shining new light is, what if you don't shine as bright as everybody expects you to?
Yeah. Instead of Ray days, we get Andrea days.
Yeah. But those were necessary evil.
They did their job.
They did.
The media made a lot of that. More so than the general public did. Look at that. It's 10:01.
It's 10:01.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in this week for another fantastic week of Psychic Sundays Live. Remember to visit my YouTube channel. And we have all kinds of videos there, even a video on how to make a water pie. If you're into a little bit of magic, there's a video there on how to make happy home pixie dust, which is fabulous stuff to sprinkle around your home. Very good blessings, good mojo there. And if you want your question read first thing next week, send me an email to thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com. Or you can try and set up an appointment online by sending me an email or call the Spa Near the Tracks at 519-272-1293. I got it right for an in-person reading with the Queen of Ooga Booga, Sally Diane. And remember to tune in next week at 9 p.m. for another exciting episode of Psychic Sundays Live.
Good night, everybody. Have a good week. Be well.